Not hear that. Let's start again.
Star Citizen is a dream that many people are waiting to come true. A gigantic vision that we want to become reality. But that is an idea that might be blinded by something called attachment. And that is what this video is going to be all about. Greetings, fellow gamers. This is Tone Loke here, and today we're going to talk about Star Citizen. We're going to talk about this Reddit post. Then we're going to talk about the history of this game. And then finally, we're going to talk about the real issue surrounding Star Citizen right now. A very elusive thing that many people really don't know about. Star Citizen now offers the Legatus pack for 27,000 US dollars. Yes, you heard me right. $27,000. And just to view it, you need to have spent $1,000 in the game.
That was a lot of money.
Before we talk about that, though, let's talk generally about Star Citizen. This game is a ghost in the gaming world. It is a phantom. It is a dream. Maybe some view it as a fool's dream. Others are very loyal to its cause. But you can't deny the fact that Star Citizen has probably some of the best potential to be one of the most amazing games on the planet, given its design theory. Star Citizen was initially planned for a 2014 release, and it is basically a multiplayer, trading, economy-driven, space, massively multiplayer online game. It's basically a sci-fi simulation with combat, trading, and role-playing elements from Chris Roberts, the lead designer of Wing Commander. Many things were planned, from a single-player story mode with branching options, kind of akin to the Wing Commander games, to the multiplayer modes, the drop-in dogfighting, and the MMO-style persistent universe with thousands of players, a dynamic economy, ongoing factional warfare, kind of like EVE Online. Everyone will be in the same server, but there'll be different factions, and you can kind of fight over territories. And then, of course, you had the ground-based combat, akin to a first-person shooter. All of this was going to be wrapped up by, player trading and player alliances, and questing, and star systems, and navigation, and alien languages, and procedural generation. So this compelling vision is something that really attracted so many people to its cause, and to be honest, it seems like kind of a dream come true game for the space nerds such as myself. Obviously, this vision is something that would take a long time, so what they did was develop different kinds of module designs with their own sets of features and gameplay that they would release as content packs through the years. So to get that idea up and running, they obviously started a Kickstarter, because Kickstarter was really popular in 2010, 2011, 2012, which is when they funded the initial campaign, and they raised about $6.2 million on the first campaign. But that was just the first campaign. That number has risen to an astronomical $186 million and change. This campaign would dolly out a lot of things, from offering immediate access to pre-alpha builds and unfinished versions of the game, subscription packages which offered deeper access, physical merchandise, in-game spaceships, a bunch of stuff that people actually wanted. But it was stuff that wasn't really available in the game just yet. While the game is playable in certain states, most of the ideas of Star Citizen are still just dreams, though. Much of the content just does not exist right now. Right now you can play a few slices of the game, but overall, it's not finished yet, and people are wondering, when is this game actually going to get released? When is it going to get finished? Star Citizen it's a bold dream. It's a beautiful dream that is being presented to the community. Maybe it's all a bunch of fluff. Maybe it's going to be the best game ever. I don't know. But what I do know is that Star Citizen loyalists are very opinionated, and they do not like any incrimination whatsoever in terms of you talking about their game in a bad way whatsoever. And you know what? I do not blame you guys out there. If I spent a lot of money in a concept of a game by promises of a development team that I trusted, and that vision did not turn into a reality, and I'm still sitting there years later with $50 or $500 or $1,500 as my investment, and it's not paying off, I would definitely be pissed too. I would definitely be sensitive to people talking about my game. I would definitely be sensitive to the notion that people are not supporting this game, and that they see it as a cash grab, and that they see it as just a scam. I would definitely be very sensitive to that information, and I think this is why there is so much strife among Reddit and the subreddit for Star Citizen, is because there's just such a tumultuous past between the development team and the promises associated with this game and what the investment of players have already been. And this is where it all gets very interesting, because you have thousands and tens of thousands of people investing
Yes, the Star Citizen. This is one of the nicest game I have seen in graphics. I have played computer games more than 20 years, so yes, I like it. That's true. It's maybe not finished, but this is early development. They're still working every 3 months. They will release some new stuff. So this game will never get really finished. They will keep develop always.
In Star Citizen, what does that actually make it hard for people?
Yes, every 3 months they will release something like 3.4, 5, 6, 7, even 4.1222, and then will go on like that for next 10 years or 20 years. So you never get finished.
To do as someone who has put money into a game, it makes it harder and harder to pull away. It makes it very hard to step away from that investment. It's very hard in our lives to pay for something that's very expensive and not feel attached to it. Generally speaking, the more you...
Yes, and we are in year 2018, so in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, there's new technology, new graphic engines, there's new, yes, the processors is, the CPU are more powerful, so they can do more and more and more and more, so this is how they develop, and in 5 years they can do something else. They have to rebuild and stuff, yes, but let's, we have 8 minutes left on my memory card.
Invest in something, and the more you pay for something, the higher attach rate you have to it. The harder it is to say goodbye, the harder it is to pull away, especially when time is not on your side. The more
Yes,
time
but
that goes
let's say goodbye to... Okay, live stream is offline. He's offline. The King Kong, yes, thanks for the live stream, and go and subscribe, give him a like. That was a good live stream. I will watch a bit this keynote. That's 1 hour and 40, but I cannot watch everything same
as
time.
you continue to pour into something, as you continue to invest in something, it makes it all...
Yes, we can see an architect's review of that's
It's been said that some of the most beautiful things in our universe are the most deadly. And this? Well, this ship is no exception. Hey guys, Morphologist here, and welcome back. In this episode of An Architect Reviews, I will be taking a look at Star Citizen's first corvette, the largest and most powerful military ship yet added to the game. I'm of course speaking about the Aegis Hammerhead. In order to begin though, I must reframe the way I analyze ships. You see, the Aegis Hammerhead, like the Constellation, was designed from a utilitarian perspective. That is to say that they were designed to be useful or practical rather than being attractive. Now, in the real world, that would mean that analyzing it as a designer or an architect would seem kind of weird. But in reality, you have to remember that it was designed by game designers who aren't aeronautical engineers. They don't know exactly how to put together a spaceship, and therefore, their goal was to design a ship to look like a spaceship that would perform the functions that were stated. In this case, to be a warship. So, as you'll see in this video, it is through this very important reframing, as well as conventional architectural analysis, that I shall measure the success of the design of the Hammerhead, both inside and out. We begin here, on the bridge of the Hammerhead on the interior, and that's because it is one of the most controversial spaces, at least to me, of the design. Instead of mounting the bridge at the top, or at the front, like conventional science fiction designs, it's been mounted on the bottom. This makes for a very dramatic effect, but unfortunately, as you could tell, severely limits vertical visibility. Personally, I subscribe to the philosophy of form following function, but there are exceptions, and I think that this bridge certainly is one of them. And there are two things that come to mind that have led me to this conclusion. One is that the space, as I've said, is very dramatic, and that is important for the design of the ship, to leave an impression on you. The second reason is because the pilot, in this instance, does not need maximum visibility in order for him or her to perform their function, and that is to provide a stable platform for the guns mounted to the hull. The description of the Hammerhead, after all, does read gunship, and it's for those reasons I find this space very successful. But there's more to this space than just the form of it. There's also the very important details which are made to convince us that this is indeed a bridge or a cockpit. There's definitely inspiration of aircraft here with all these switches and toggles and screens on the roof, but what's more interesting to me in this space is the design language that they've begun to employ here to convey to us that this is indeed a military ship. Note the exposed electronics, the warning labels, the color palette, the grays, the oranges, the olive drab. Even the intentionally cooler lighting that casts hard shadows. All of these are meant to compound to convey to us the message that this is a serious space meant for people who know what they're doing. But now we continue our tour, moving aft to the lift that will bring us up to the main deck. Here on the main deck, you'll notice that the color palette is very consistent. The design language has been continued here. Greens, grays, and accented orange colors, as well as
what a ship!
labeling system, which indicates
Of course,
what
that
space
is
you're about to
expensive.
enter. Very important for this space we are entering now. The airlock.
If that
The
costs
airlock
$10 in the game, all players will buy
has a
it. It
different
costs
sort of lighting
$5.
scheme, and also employs a really clever blast door, which conceals its location at the front of the ship. While that makes the space interesting, it's not what makes it successful. You see, the color palette here is very important. The red that they use for the doors indicating that this is a special door that leads somewhere different, somewhere where you should be careful. And the yellow lighting inside of the airlock
What
space
is that?
saying
The Aegis Hammerhead. Yes, we got 3 minutes left. Yes, that was wrong one. That was my email. Yes, it's me, John Olsen, Monko TV. I'm laying here. Welcome back to the world. It's 6:30 p.m. It's Sunday. I did sleep 8 o'clock in the morning. I was watching all these videos from Star Citizen. It looks super nice, that game, so Exur, of course, I will buy it, and it's totally worth $60 for me, and yes, I have to buy this game, of course. I was watching, I just did buy No Man's Sky yesterday, Saturday morning, 5 a.m. And in one of the No Man's Sky videos, there was mentioned this Star Citizen, but I have talked about that. Yes, this is my part 15 No Man's Sky. I need one more part 16, and then I will start to upload this. This is the part number 16 plus 8, that's part number 24. Yes, this is part number 24, and I will start to upload because that's 100 gigabyte. I'm out of space on this laptop, and I will go online. I play some called Echo Game on my YouTube. No, I play Echo Game on the Steam. I'm still uploading, so I'm uploading play like 10 hours and then it's 60 gigabytes. Yes, I'm still uploading that. But yes, this is the Echo Game I'm talking about. It's still uploading. Several days. I have to reboot my computer. It's 60 gigabyte, that's 10 hours, but I'm not going to play 10 hours now. Yes, I got my own server called Pizza Planet in Echo, so I will go online and just because I need to eat some food to get some skills. Yes, thanks for watching, and I will record some more cuts. Goodbye.